Development takes place at different rates in different regions. The consequences of uneven development include disparities in wealth, disparities in health, and migration. There are huge disparities in the distribution of wealth across the world. Look at the unequal share of wealth across 6 of the 7 continents. North America had 30 times the wealth of Africa in 2017. The inequalities are more considerable when we take into account the population of each continent and calculate average wealth per person. Look at the small share a person in Africa has on average compared to the other continents of the world. Differences also exist in the share of wealth owned by individual countries in each continent. In Africa, for example, there are massive differences between the wealth share of each nation. This map displays the huge variations in gross national income per person in the countries of Africa. Disparities in wealth occur within countries too. The USA is the wealthiest country in the world, but the wealth is not shared equally. In 2016, the wealthiest 1% owned 38% of the country's wealth, whilst the bottom 90% owned just 23% of the wealth. And this inequality is increasing. Uneven development contributes to huge variations in the health of people across regions of the world. Life expectancy is often lower in low-income countries and newly emerging economies than in higher-income countries. In Nigeria, for example, the life expectancy of a person in 2019 was just 55 years, whereas in Japan it was 85 years. Life expectancy may indicate the level of illness and disease in a country, although other factors, such as war, are also important. Access to healthcare is often greater in high-income countries, where higher levels of development allow better access to treatment and preventative care. Typically, there are more doctors per person in high-income countries, and they are better prepared to prevent diseases occurring. They have greater access to clean water, for example, which reduces diseases contracted via dirty water. Infant mortality rates vary greatly across the world. High infant mortality rates are generally indicative of unmet human health needs in sanitation, medical care, nutrition, and education. We must recognise a link between disparities in health and disparities in wealth. Wealthier countries have greater potential to invest in infrastructure and medical care. Uneven development can lead to migration, as people in low-income countries migrate to newly emerging economies or high-income countries. Migration can also occur between low-income countries and within countries, as people move to regions with greater economic opportunities or safer environments. This map shows net migration, which is the number of people moving into a country minus the number of people who moved out. Countries that are positive on this map had more migrants arrive than leave in 2016. There are 2 types of migration: voluntary migration and forced migration. Voluntary migration, where people search for a better life, is also known as economic migration. Forced migrants move as the result of natural disasters or wars. possibly brought about by inequality, leading to political instability. Economic migration results in fewer people of a working age in the country of origin and an increased proportion of dependent people. A phenomenon known as brain drain describes how countries may lose highly educated and talented individuals to countries where pay and conditions are greater. Migration further increases inequality and reduces the opportunities to close the gaps in development. We have seen that the consequences of uneven development are disparities in wealth, disparities in health, and migration. Look out for the Geography Juice video about strategies to reduce gaps in development. Do please remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching.